AJ, everybody's talking about a quarterback this week, but it's not you. Is that good or bad or indifferent? Talking about Wilson, I guess.
I really don't know. I'm just kind of focused on our team, and I guess don't really worry about everybody else.
DJ said that Coach Avon has kind of put you guys in a new mindset from last week. What's kind of been some of the things that he's done to help along with that process this week?
Chewing us out probably does it. But no. We just got to keep progressing as offense week by week. Last week was a good win, but definitely not satisfying for us on offense as a whole. Kind of a letdown week to our standards, so we're definitely going to have to step it up. First SEC game and in-conference game, so we're definitely going to have to be on our A game come this weekend.
Do you think Arkansas is going to come into this game hungry after that loss they had?
Yeah, definitely. They still got a chance to win the SEC. They're definitely going to throw everything in the book at us, so we're going to have to be ready for the things they've shown on film and things that they haven't shown, and new things they're going to come up with. So, like I said, we're going to have to progress from the way we played last week to this weekend, and we're going to have to be ready to play, definitely.
What have you seen from them in film?
They're a good team. They do their defense coordinator does a great job of throwing different things at you, different blitzes from different areas of the field at different times. Red zone, they do a lot of different things. So we're just gonna have to study up, be prepared for everything they've shown on film, like I said, and things they come up with from watching our film. So like I said, we're definitely gonna have to progress in this week of practice and be ready to play.
You mentioned the red zone. That's an area where you guys have done really well through 2 games. Just talk about that success.
I think that goes back to our coaching staff. They've done a great job of coaching us, and Coach Burns, Coach Williams, Coach Groh, everybody has done a great job of coming up with some different plays for us, different looks, not staying in one type of scheme on offense, and kind of putting the defense in some different situations that they're not used to. So, but at the end of the day, we got to go out and execute what they have planned for us, and we've done a pretty good job of that so far. We're just going to have to stay on top of it.
Is it harder to execute in the red zone because the field's so much shorter?
Definitely. It kind of, when you're down that low, it limits what you can do. Timing's got to be faster. Everything has to be faster. So it definitely does limit some things you want to do. I think that's why you got different plays from like the 25 and down to the 12 and then down to the 7 and then to the 3. So, but like I said, we got one of the best coaching staffs in the country, so I'm confident in what they come up with.
How are you feeling after 6 sacks?
I feel good. Anytime you play in the SEC or the type of teams we play, your body's always going to be sore during the season. The way we practice, your body's just going to be sore. But I'm fine, ready to go.
Did you have a conversation with the offensive line afterwards about protection or anything?
No. Everything's not always going to be perfect. I know that's what people want, but it's just not going to happen. So, that's what Coach always talks about. It's a little adversity that hits you. You got to find a way to fight through it and still be successful at the end of the day. And we did that. We had some adversity hit us. They beat us a couple times, and a couple times I'll put it on me. I should have got rid of the ball. So, but at the end of the day, we came out with a W, and that's all you can ask.
You did throw 4 touchdown passes. Should that have been more?
I don't really look towards that. I think when you look towards like the stats at the end of the day, I think it's being a little more result oriented than rather process oriented that Coach always preaches. Because you can have great stats at the end of the day, but really not played to the best of your ability as an offense or as yourself. So yeah, I mean, anytime you throw a lot of touchdowns, you're going to be happy. But we left a lot of points out there also. So
Hey, a couple more. Your efficiency numbers are really high. How do you explain that?
I got great playmakers around me. I got a great O-line. I just put in there and they're making plays for me. That's all. I mean, makes my job easy. They're doing the hard work.
AJ, you mentioned that there were a couple of throws where you felt like you should have gotten rid of it a little bit quicker. Some quarterbacks seem to have a sense of what's behind them, like an eye in the back of their head. Some don't. Just talk about how well you sense what's behind you in terms of a rush.
I mean, I think I always do a good job with that. Sometimes I feel like you got to hold on to the ball longer. If it's not open right off the bat, you got to try to create plays. That's just sometimes, but sometimes they guard everybody and you try to make plays and it just doesn't happen. I mean, even when people think you're supposed to get rid of the ball sometimes, it's not always the case. So I'm just hard on myself though. So I just want to be perfect, really. I want this offense to be perfect. So I guess I'm just being hard on us.
AJ, there seemed to be a lack of enthusiasm after the win last week. Were there any areas in which there was progress?
We're 2-0. I mean, like I said, I'm just hard on us. I mean, I think that's just the way I was raised, always trying to be perfect, the way Coach Saban's always coached us. So like when you play and you get a W, that's all great and dandy, and but it's really not as good as you can play. So you really can't be that happy at the end of the day.
Last one here.
Was there a conscious decision during the offseason of we're going to be a better play action team, or do you think that has to do with more your offensive coordinator?
I don't know. I mean, I think that's kind of both. I felt like we did that a lot last year, play action, especially towards the middle of the season. I know Tennessee came out, did a lot of that. I think anytime you have a established running back or running backs and a running game, it's the hardest thing for a defense to look and to guard is play action. Because it comes out, everybody looks like it's run, and then all of a sudden, guys slip up past the secondary and they're open. So it's the hardest thing. If you're good at it, that is the hardest thing for a defense to pick up and to guard.
Thanks, AJ.
Thank you.